greatly appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We're now live, so make sure you're paying attention. Isaiah, who else is absent besides Isaiah? JJ. That's it? All right. Again, get ready for tomorrow. Your homework yesterday was 1 through 19, part 1 of chapter review. Listen, it's very important today that if you have questions, you ask them. I got to go as fast as I can because then we got to get through the second half of this. Our hope is to go over today's answers and then have you finish page 47 so before you leave, you are confident about tomorrow's test. Ready? So let's listen and go quickly as we can. You can graph data organized in a frequency table using what? Not a bar graph. A bar graph, you can compare things, but a frequency table, that's where you get the bars connecting to each other because there's a flow from one decade to the next or one period of here, under $10, under $20, under $30. There's a flow to it. Yeah. A histogram. If you didn't put a histogram, put histogram. That's the correct answer for number 1. Number 2, the amount of surface covered by figure. Here's the border of this board. What's this called? The amount of surface covered. That's the area. Everybody get it now? Yes. Maybe you didn't understand that at first, but that's what area is. It's the amount of surface covered by that. Number 3. To evaluate an expression that has more than one operation, so like there's an addition, there's also multiplication, there might also be division, there's more than one thing to do. What do? You use order of operations. And we remember what those are by learning an acronym like PEMDAS or GEMDAS, parentheses, exponents. Multiply and divide as you work left to right, and then go back and add and subtract as you work left to right. Notice I said multiply and divide together. You don't do this. Parentheses, then go back to exponents, and then go back and just do multiplication, then go back and just do division. And then, no. Multiplication and division, then go back, addition and subtraction as they come. Does that make sense? That's why when I wrote it on the board, I had underlined the M and the D together and the A and the S together. Yes?
What's GEMDAS?
Remember we said that some people call it instead of parentheses groups because you'll have brackets and then inside the brackets you have parentheses. So somebody said, we should start calling groupings instead of parentheses.
Is that politically correct?
No, it's just somebody probably doing their doctorate dissertation at college and they said, we're going to change it from PEMDAS to GEMDAS. And somebody and the professor said, hey, good idea, and they got an A, so then it filtered down to textbooks and stuff. Anyway, that's probably the practical reason it happened. Number 4, a blank is a symbol, usually a letter, that represents one or more numbers. What do we call that? Starts with B because it's changing. X could be this, it could be that. Next problem, yeah. It's a variable, varies. Number 5, a power has an exponent and a base. So you got the base, 6, you put the exponent up to the right, 3, and you've got 6 times 6 times 6. Ooh, I should use that number. 7 times 7 times 7. Number 6, tell whether it's true or false. Now, if I call on you, if you think it's false, you got to tell me why it's false. Ready? A variable expression is a mathematical sentence that is formed by placing an equal sign between two expressions. Yes? No, it's not true. Listen again. A variable expression is a mathematical sentence. No! A variable expression could be part of a sentence. This is a variable expression. This is a variable expression. This is a mathematical sentence. See the difference? A variable expression is just expressing something with a letter in it, a variable in it. A mathematical sentence has an equal sign. Make sense? Have you made that connection in your brain yet? That when you say 2 plus 3 equals 5, you're making a mathematical factual statement, a sentence. and you put an equal sign in between them, that means you're making a true statement of fact. Does that make sense? Yeah. So then what's the job of algebra? When you have a letter in there instead of a number, you're looking for, it's almost like you can consider yourself a truth seeker. Right? If it says x plus 2 equals 5, you're like, what's the true answer? I need to know. Just like you do in your pursuit about all life, right? Pursuing truth. That's why Jesus came. Testify to the truth. That's what he told Pilate. For this reason I came into the world, to testify to the truth. Jesus came to save me. Yeah. What was his main purpose? Testify to the truth. Is this Bible or not? Number 7. A formula is an equation that has only one variable. A formula is an equation that has only one variable. True or false? Yeah.
False.
False. Could have more than one variable, couldn't it?
Yeah.
The perimeter of a figure is the sum of the length of its sides. Nadia.
I was going to say that because we're at a Christian school, every subject should have a little bit of Bible in it.
Well, sure. Yeah. That's true. The perimeter of a figure is the sum of the length of its sides. We got formulas for different kinds of figures like squares and rectangles and trapezoids and such, but you can always just add up the sides, the sum of the sides. Number 9. A solution of an equation is a number that, when substituted for a variable, makes the equation true. You have to read sentences in math and it blows your mind for some reason. Let's read it slowly again. Ready? A solution of an equation. That means it solves it. Solution solves. Is a number that, when substituted in for the variable, makes the equation true. A solution is a number, when you substitute it in there for the variable, makes it true. So what's the solution to that problem right there? 4, right? X equals 4. That makes it true. So is 4 the solution? Yes. What solved the problem? What's the solution to this problem? Then X equals 4. It makes it true. Number 10. Okay to move on? That section's done. Everybody got it?
Yes.
Number 10. Which age group has the most volunteers? Christian.
35 to 44 age group.
The 35 to 44, right? It was simple as looking at that, what do we call that? This is a frequency table, right? This is where you would use a histogram to compare these age groups. Does that make sense? Instead of just saying there's this many terriers at the kennel compared to this many collies at the kennel compared to this many shih tzus at the kennel compared to this many poodles, whatever, that would be a bar graph. But this is a histogram because they're giving you intervals. All right, so next question. Which age group has the fewest volunteers? Look at that interval. Micah, and what do you get? 75 to 84. Number 11, can you determine the number of volunteers who are teenagers? Well, if I look at those intervals, I see 15 to 24. Is everyone from 15 to 24 a teenager?
No.
No. Are there teenagers that aren't even represented in this information?
Yeah.
13 and 14-year-olds, right? So the answer is no. I can't determine how many teenagers because there's teenagers that are eliminated, and then part of the age group, there aren't even teenagers. Number 12, evaluate the expression. Matt and I love when it says evaluate, because that means that either I just have to simplify it, or if it's got a variable in it, they tell me what the variable is. So I just plug it in. What'd you get for 12? Anybody have a father or mother in here that's 39? 39? When I ask you the age, is your dad? When I say how old is your dad, you say he's 16 plus 5 times 3 plus 8? No. You say he's 39. The answer's 39. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's 39.
How is the answer not 39? Listen up. If you did not get 39, instead of questioning it and want to argue against it, listen closely. Ready? Order of operations say the first thing we should do is 5 times 3. Now we have 16 plus 15 plus 8. And 16 plus 15 plus 8 is 39. The first thing we have to do is multiply. Yes, it's so weird. Why?
Oh, we have to do this to that?
Daddy, why is the sky blue?
It's upside down.
Why is the grass green? What do you mean? Because that's the rule, Josh. Listen, does. You have to multiply before you go back and add and subtract. The first thing you got to do is multiply. 5 times 3.
Why?
Do I have to apply from this?
Why did they make the rule where you had to?
What?
Do I have to apply from this for every problem?
Sure. There's multiple. Number 3 in today's homework. What do you have to use when you have more than one operation to do? Order of operations. Number 13. Uh-oh. That's why some people call it gem does instead of PEM does, because you got brackets. Inside the brackets, you got parentheses. Okay? So, we go hone in on the parentheses. What's the first thing you got to do when trying to solve number 13? Before you give me the answer, what's the first thing you got to do, Maddie?
14 plus.
You got to do 14 plus 6. Okay? So now, here's what, listen. Mr. Franklin, do we have to show our work? Yeah, if you don't get the right answer. In other words, if I take 40 plus brackets, 14 plus 6 times 2, and I come up with the wrong answer, I'm going to tell you, you should have gone back and wrote down, your next line under that should be 40, divided by 20 times 2. Then you should go back and write on the next line, 40 divided by 40. And finally, you arrive at 1. So don't be lazy. Write out each line under the original statement. Number 14. 10 plus 60 over 31 minus 26. Yeah. 22. Yes. Because first you have to figure out, before you can divide 60 by 31 minus 26, you have to figure out what 31 minus 26 is, right? So 60 divided by 5 is 12. 10 plus 12 is 22. Number 15. You are saving money to buy 2 sweaters that each cost $28.50. $28.50 times 2. $57. You've already saved $20. You need 57. You've already saved 20. Find out how much more money you need to save. 50 minus 20, or 57 minus 20 is $37. The expression you were supposed to write was 2 times 28.5, or 28.5 times 2, minus 20. Number 16, evaluate. Matt and I love when it says evaluate because we just plug in the numbers. Put a 4 in for the x and a 9 in for the y. What's 4 times 9? 36. What's 3 times 4? 12. What's 36 over 12? 3. If you got 3 for 16, silently bless yourself. Number 17. Y plus 19 over x plus 3. Plug in 9 for the y and 4 for the x, and your final answer is 4. Because 28 over 7 is 4. Number 18. Plug in those numbers, and you get a final answer of 21. Because 45 minus 24 is 21. And number 19. Plug in the x and the y, and on the first expression, you get 3 times 4 times 9. 3 times 4 times 9, which is 108. Then you plug in 4 times 9, which is 36. And 108 minus 36 is 72. All right, now your goal is to be done with 21 through 35 by 12:07. So I've got 5 minutes to
Are we not
answer
doing
any
20?
questions. What did I say?
You said 21.
21. No, we don't need to do 20.
Yeah, 20 is fine.
I'm sorry.
20
20
is
through
Right,
35.
we don't do.
20 through 35, go. Like, stop talking. Focus, concentrate. Yes, sir. The rest of it. 20 through 35. Well, we're hoping you get almost all the time right now. So that if you have any questions, I can answer. Because you're coming in tomorrow taking the test. How do you study? You just keep practicing. Here, listen, how do you study for math? Let's say Max does this work today. He did the quiz yesterday. He's feeling good about himself. And he wants to study more, though, just to make sure. There are so many things. Listen, you're living in 2021, man. You can go on that computer and use that Google or whatever search engine you have, DuckDuckGo, I don't know. And why are you laughing?
That's old.
It's not old.
That's not old.
It's not. It might be.
You like saying Firefox.
That's like saying Google.
I use Firefox.
Yeah, me too. DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo is for people that like they don't want Google like lording over their lives. I guess. So anyway, I don't use it. Max, you go on and you just type. There's all kinds of little practice quizzes.
Mathplayground.com.
What is it?
Mathplayground.com. Cool math games.
Yeah, cool math games.
And then order of operations. More practice with order of operations.
I said do
They
problems.
give you the expression first.
Right. That's really all it is, right? They give you the expression, and you just got to plug in two for T. It seems so hard because you look at number 20 and you're like, I got to read this whole paragraph? It's not slave labor, is this?
This is slave labor.
It's the opposite. It's actually not slave labor. We're paying you.
Yeah.
Oh.
After swimming 22 miles, the dolphin changes direction and swims at a rate of 18 miles per hour. It's already gone 22. So 22, here's your expression. 22 plus, he goes 2 more hours at a rate of 18 miles per hour. 18 times 2. That's it. 22 plus the 18 times 2. There's your answer. Not as hard as you thought it was at first. Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, we're paying you for us to work.
I just said that.
So,
I literally just said that.
I'm thinking a dolphin could actually swim faster than 22 and 18 miles.
Yeah, it's just lazy.
We're literally
To increase our knowledge.
Listen, if you have to go in the hall for the sake of the rest of the class to get this done, we can accommodate you. The next step would be the office.
That's one of the vocab words.
Accommodate?
Accommodation.
I think
Are we gonna get a
4 times 4. 16 times 4. 64. And then 64 times 4. 256. And then 256 times 4 is the 5th power. Yes. Doesn't mean 15 times 2. I mean, why would they do that? They would just like, so it must mean something different. 15 times 15. 215. That's it. Of course, you gotta memorize 225, right? Memorize your squares. Go above and beyond the times tables. What do you do? We'll see you again. Yeah. I'm so happy, so very happy. Another way to study would be making sure when you get these back that any ones you missed, you correct. It's one. 25 maybe? School time is not in sync with city time. Our bell rings when it's
I can't tell it's not supposed to freeze, it's not in a box.
Yeah, but how's that affecting you?
Now, my fault.
How's that affecting you?
Secondhand use of attention.
It's very strong.
Well, when you ask me that, I'm like, what am I supposed to say? No, you don't know. Of course, you should know all these things. Right?
You're just annoying.
I wouldn't say you have to. Okay, listen, the question is, at the beginning of the review on page 46, you had all those kind of vocab quiz, right? Fill in the blanks. And the question is, do we have to know those? Well, of course you have to know them. But is on the test, is there going to be like a definitions question? No. But the point was, you should know what all those terms mean. So if they're used on the test, like order of operations, or bar graph, or what else is on there, data, I mean, you should know what those words mean. That's why it's on there. So that they're used on math class. You don't think I'm speaking Greek. But you are. It's all Greek to me. Why did I lie? Yeah.
Yeah, I turned over.
That's right.
What? I was squatting.
Keep maintaining a nice quiet environment. The first one wasn't as good as the second one, which is a good indicator. That means you. Right. We're still going back to talking. Jack. There you go. Yes, Liam. You want me to come hit me? Which one? So you go inside here to get 3, right? So you raise 3 to the 5th power. Woo! 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81, times 3 is 243, 5th power. So now you got 5 times 2, woo! 5 times 243, 5 times 200 is 1,000, 2,215. And then you add 45. 2,260? I know. You gotta go inside the brackets, go into the parentheses first. 4 times 2. Okay, 8. 8 to the 3rd. 8 times 8 is 64. Times 8 is 512.
I think there is a mistake in the grade.
Really? What is it? Really?
It's a break like this, 12 to 21. It is. I got this is the question. 8 plus 12 is 21. I put 9, 9 plus 12 is 21. I marked it.
It is 21.
Oh, I think they got it for 8.
This is the one.
But also, I made it look nice.
Mainly, the person created the one.
I think they like
It's so much better.
the first one that I was here right.
Why is it a 14 out of 60?
Because it's not advertised.
Oh, but I got 15 out of 69. Oh, so,
Yeah, but you didn't mark.
That was the old days. Most recent one was better, wasn't
mine
it?
just had points and not a half rate.
All right, here we go. Whether or not you're done, here's the thing. This This would be a very immature way of looking at things. Ready? Mr. Franklin, you're giving us the answers and we haven't done them yet. So like, imagine if you were immature and going, oh good, I got my homework done, I wrote down the right answer. What? This is to get you ready for tomorrow's test. So here's the point, if you're not done yet, how will this help you? It's kind of like, why are there answers in the back of your book? How many have figured out that the answers in the back of the book to a lot of the problems, especially the odd numbers, right? You go back to that lesson and they give you, why is that? Why would they do that? Because listen, part of it, here's the deal. Like I said, when we go over the answers, and sometimes you can look at it and go, oh, I get where I went wrong. The reason that half the answers are in the back of your book is because as you're working through a math problem, sometimes you get done and go, I wonder if I did this right. And let's say I assign number 12. So you go do a number 11, and you see the answer to number 11 is right. It affirms that you're doing it right. That's why they're back there. Because this is practice, right? We're talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talk about practice, right? So it's okay. So like if you get the answer right now to these problems and you haven't even done them yet, that could still benefit you because don't look at the answer, do the problem. And if your answer matches what I gave you, it affirms that you know what you're doing, right? Because what are we doing here? We're practicing to get ready for the game tomorrow. All right, here we go. Number 20. You should have gotten 58. Write these answers down because 18 times 2 is 36 plus 22 is 58. Number 21. It's just 15 times 15. The answer is 225. Yes. Number 22. A little tougher. You got to go 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. And you get 1,024. 1,024. Number 23. A little easier. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. You should have gotten 10,000. You know what's a neat trick?
Add zeros.
There's 4 zeros. 4 power, 4 zeros. Wow. 10,000. Number 24. You have to go 9 to the third. So it's 9 times 9, 81, times 9, 3 nines, 729.
Let's go.
Number 25. Go inside the parentheses. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 squared is 81. 81 divided by 3 is 27. Your answer to 25 is 27. I gotta go faster. Number 26. Go inside the parentheses first. Your final answer is going to be, listen, 1,260. 1,260. Number 27. Oh boy. You got to go inside the parentheses. 4 times 2 is 8. Then you got to take 8 to the third power. 8 times 8 times 8. Then you got to add 10 to that. And then you divide all that by 2. Here's your answer. Ready? 261. We can't debate it right now, but write that down. 261 for number 27. Number 28. Your answer is 8. Right? Wow. B is 8. Number 29. Your answer is 7. Number 30. Your answer is 63. Number 31. The perimeter is 32 meters. Number 31, the area is 60 meters square.
60
square meters. Number 32, the perimeter is 56 centimeters. The area is 192 centimeters square centimeters. Number 33, the perimeter is 32 inches because it's a square, 8 times 4. And the area is 64 square inches. Make sure you get the labels right when it comes to perimeter and area. Number 34. You're going an average of 50 miles per hour for 3 hours. What's the distance? D equals 50 times 3, 150 miles. And number 36. You are the disc jockey for a 15-minute radio show at your school. I always kind of wanted to be a disc jockey. Just sit in the studio, play the songs for everybody. You must leave 3 minutes open for announcements, and you want to play 3 songs. Which 3 songs can you play? One song's lasts 6 minutes, not quite Stairway to Heaven. One song's 4 minutes, one's 3, one's 5, one's 6. Which 3 songs could you play if you got 15 minutes? You got to take away the 3 minutes, so you only got 12 minutes to play music.
BBC.
B, C, and D.
Do you know something about that problem? Like my brain, like I was thinking, and for some reason my brain was telling me I needed that 6. So I was studying that problem like a good 5 minutes.
Mr. Frank,
I get it.